All right, well, welcome and thank you for the patience as we're getting this oh-so-entertaining broadcast underway. What I try to address is beyond survival, the kind of tips and tricks to make it a little bit more fun or a little bit more fabulous or a little bit more deep. How do you get involved with a theme camp? That's a great question. Best way is find friends that are of the mind that let's do something cool together. If you don't have enough friends to do that, or you're clueless onto what that would mean, if you go to the regionals or the ePlaya or even on the Facebook page, the Burning Man Facebook page, there's often people putting out ideas for camps, or camps that are looking for people. Because as a camp, you can do a lot more than as an individual, just for resources wise. Like our camp, we have work parties as well as dues. So we ask, when we have 50, 70, 80, 100 people all contributing money and time and skills, the gift that you can give to the playa is so much more significant than if you're trying to do it by yourself. And that's kind of the purpose of a theme camp. Do you need a theme camp? Not at all. In fact, if you just show up and camp someplace, your neighborhood will kind of become your theme camp. Your neighborhood will become the people that you go to when you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot a hammer. Oh my gosh, I'm not sure if this is contagious. I'm not sure if I ran out of wet naps or whatever. And so the people around you will become kind of your theme camp / family. When you plan it in advance, then your theme camp can have some sort of gift that you do, whether it's an activity or a food thing or whatever. That being said, you could make something up when you get there. That's kind of a fun thing that I see people do often in the far back camping. People show up and then realize, why not become some sort of theme camp? So they make a sign that's clever. They put something next to the road that invites people to do something. It's just, the big thing about the whole experience is that you're always kind of pushed to question, how can I be more creative? How can I be more giving? How can I enhance the experience for everyone? That's what participants only, no spectators really means, is that this is not a place where you show up as an audience and say, entertain me. It's a place where you show up and go, all right, how can we make this better? I wanted to address the issue of, what do I wear at Burning Man? Where do I get Burning Man clothes? Now, for whatever reason, certain fashions have become very popular in the Burning Man community. The cyberpunk, the rave, the fur boot covers, the whimsical stuff. There are certain kind of veins, and you can see people very much adhere to these styles. And people start to assume that, oh, that's appropriate Burning Man attire. Here's the thing. This is a place where you can let out your inner superhero, your inner fantasy person, the person that you've always dreamed of being. And maybe that is somebody who wears cyberpunk outfits, Maybe it is a superhero of some sort. I like to kind of visualize myself. If I was a superhero, what would I dress like? Because in essence, that's the permission you're given here, is allow the best of yourself to come forth and dress the part. Now, do you need to wear costumes? Absolutely not. The one thing that as a community I think is a nice gesture is to not wear things that remind people of the default world. So a traditional like cargo shorts and a t-shirt with a label on it, now that looks like the way you dress when you go to the corner store. So why not wear a woman's blouse and a skirt instead? That way you're just totally embracing this whole concept of can't take it for granted, everything's new and different, stretching your patterns. People sometimes get a little too critical of those who are not dressed in costumes, and often people get to a point where they're like some of the most hardcore artists, the people who spend the most time fixing up the playa, are the ones who are in the least costumey. And you never know how people are contributing, how people are gifting to the community, so don't assume that it has to do with clothes. Notice I used the word costume there and put quotes and was kind of joking. I generally don't like to think of the term as costumes. I like to think of them as outfits. Costume implies that we're pretending We're playing make-believe. Outfit means we're embracing a part of ourselves. And I think that's how the playa can be a huge tool. This is not just a playground. It is a testing ground. It is a place to explore who we are when we don't have the constraints of our socialization. And that is a pretty amazing thing. I wanted to address the idea of misting and non-consensual gifts. First of all, a mister of some sort. This one is one my mom got me. It's like a battery-operated mister/fan, which is overkill. But a mister, a little squirt bottle mister, is a great way to cool yourself down in the heat of the day if you're just dying. You know, you've probably done that sometime in your life. You know, a little mist on your skin with a breeze brings your temperature way down. Sometimes when you're riding by on a bike, people will offer you, want a squirt, want a mist, because it feels so good to get a little cool on you as you're driving by. Now, if you're one of those people who loves gifting misting, let me just make it clear that a mist, just like a hand job, while wonderful, is something that should be consensual. Nobody likes to get a face full of water when they're not expecting it, or maybe they just put makeup on, or maybe they just put sunscreen on, or maybe the sun's gone down, and even though it's been fun to mist people all day, nobody wants to be misted once it starts to get cold out. So ask people if they want a mist. Ask people if they want whatever it is that you have to offer. Everything is a gift if it is desired. Nothing is a gift if it is not. If you give someone, hey, here's 6 pounds of gold. Well, I'm in the middle of dancing. I don't know what to do with 6 pounds of gold right now. Unless you can go diddling, 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 and go to Power Up and get a free guy. Okay, sorry.